Our countdown to first pitch continues. Today's stop is Shawnee. We get to visit with the head softball coach of the Oklahoma Baptist Lady Bison, Coach Sam Maples. Coach, thank you for taking time with us. I appreciate that. And it looks like, and I know there's only so many times we can talk about what happened last season, and the abrupt halt to the season and all that. So I really don't want to go there too much, except that it seemed like the turnaround really was in place. I mean, you all were 10-2 in the GAC, 13-10 overall, but more specifically and even more importantly in conference play, 10-2. Do you feel like that's something that carries over into this year?
Oh, how could it not? Absolutely. They're back. They're ready to go. They've been competing since day one. We brought them back August 5th in the fall, and absolutely, they're geared up, ready to go.
One of the things I noticed too about that record, and they talk about the turnaround too, in 2019, you all had 17 wins. Of course, it was one more than the season before. But you look at the comparison between the two, and the last 12 games of 2019, 1-11. Man, the turnaround is so obvious there. The first 12 games of 2020, 10-2. So has to be a big deal. We're speaking now with Coach Sam Maples from Oklahoma Baptist. And talk about your position players coming in. I think that's led definitely, it would seem to be by returnee and Caitlin Marsh, hitting .452 for you last season, on base percentage of better than 51%. She's hitting for you from the middle of the order at least, but she's going to get on base just about every other time.
Yes, looking for big things from her, and she is so excited. It's her senior year, and I think we're looking for some leadership from her for sure, which she brought a lot of that to us behind the plate last year. She was also a spectacular defensive player, a catcher for us. But absolutely, she was wearing it out preseason and then rolling into conference. .450 about halfway through is pretty dang good. So.
You'll take that. Well, she leads a number of solid position players coming back for you.
Yes, absolutely. Three of our four seniors are returning for us, all starting in the outfield last year. So tons of leadership. I mean, when you have fifth-year seniors that have been in your program now for a couple of years, they know our system, they know what it's all about. And so their leadership to the younger players, you can't replace that. So just was ecstatic to have them return to us. So it's been great.
Now we talk about your position players, but also you're going to get some good help in the circle. Aspen Younce comes back, and she had 6 wins, good enough for the third most wins in the GAC, tied for that mark. And you bring in a junior college All-American as well in Cheyenne Eddings.
Yeah, really excited. Just about our pitching staff as a whole. Younce brings just some steadiness for us in the circle. We loved her weapons and what she was able to do for us last year, and just kind of solidifies our staff. And Kaylee Jones, who's a freshman last year, and technically due to COVID is now in another freshman year, and she comes back, just has worked her tail off all summer. So we're really, really looking for big things from Kaylee Jones as well. Cheyenne Eddings coming in from Seminole State, just a nationally recognized junior college program there. So she's able to come in and compete right away. She's competed at a really high level junior college softball. And so I also have a freshman, Kaylee Sessions, this year. So we're really, we've got a staff of pitchers. So I'm really excited, and they've all got different stuff, and that's what makes them a great group together.
I'm sure that's something that you enjoy seeing as a coach. That, no matter what situation, you got somebody that's able to take care of that. New names you were talking about, Eddings, of course. Talk about some of the other new names that we may see this year, and freshman eligibility aside, because I think this eligibility, stating who they are and where they are, this is going to be confusing for the next few years.
Yeah, absolutely. We brought in a handful of players this year, both 6 freshmen and a handful of junior college transfers and just other 4-year transfers. We've got Asia Henry coming from Butler Junior College, another nationally ranked program at that level. She's going to come in, and she is a natural leader. on the field for us. She is always the loudest person in any setting, on the field, off the field. But she's just a ton of fun to come in and watch her compete and push some of the other girls. She's an infielder. She can play corner. She can play middle. She can catch. She could go to the outfield, which is very valuable in a year where we still may have, some girls filling in at different positions, just depending on how the year goes with the virus. But so we have her. I've got Josie Sparks, who came in with Cheyenne Eddings from Seminole Junior College, just kind of a pitcher-catcher pair. So they've spent a lot of time. They've worked together. Josie's a great catcher for us. She can play third. We've thrown her in at second base just for fun. She's great up the middle. So it's just fun watching them compete at all different positions. We brought in Mia Motomog. She's a transfer from UT Martin. Just great hitter. She plays some outfield for us. Just a super fun girl to have around, and all of them just competitive, highly competitive athletes. And I have a couple other transfers. Jade Strickland that came from NOC, another junior college. She'll play some infield for us. I've got Tyler Green, that transferred from Texas Women. So really, we've just got a lot of new faces. Of course, then with our returning fifth-year seniors, we've got 25 on the roster, which makes for a competitive group. It's been fun.
And I know, again, at this point, like you were mentioning, having a full roster like that may turn out to be invaluable, to be able to put people wherever you need them at any point in time. That is a big deal in 2021. Coach, the season gets underway just right around the corner, and you all are going to be taking part in the OC UCO festival, some in-region opponents there, then some other individual matchups against some in-state and in-region opponents before you get to GAC play on February 26th.
Yep. We're excited about that competition. We're not doing our usual. We'll usually take a pretty big trip at the beginning of the year and kind of get some travel under our belt. But we're staying local. And when we're facing great competition, I'm grateful for that. These in-region teams we went from a 56 game schedule. We're cut down to about 44 right now, and we've got 33 of those are conference games. So a short preseason schedule, but competitive, and the girls are ready nonetheless.
And by the way, too, for Oklahoma Baptist fans, once the GAC schedule gets underway, especially for Lady Bison fans, a little bit of a scheduling anomaly there. Your first three series are there at home, taking on Ouachita and Southwestern and Southern Nazarene. So they get a chance to watch you all play, to come out and see you guys play. The Oklahoma Baptist Lady Bison picked sixth according to the GAC preseason coaches poll. Coach Sam Maples, thank you so much for taking time with us today as we count down to first pitch, and success to you all this season.
You bet. Thank you. I appreciate it.